Hello, folks. This is Geeker Andy, and I'm here with BreehzeeCantAim from Team Akki, who is participating in RSL Christmas 2021.
Hello guys, it's me, BreehzeeCB on YouTube.
um, Gonna cut that out. Just kidding.
No, my self-promotion.
uh, at, at this stands in point of time, your roster consists of a pretty formidable team. I mean, not only do you have some high-level players like Whiffin Warren, Wild S, and yourself and Shuffle, you also have the creator of the game himself, Xenu, in your team. What do you think about some of those members there?
To be honest, I didn't really expect Xenu and Backplace to join, but they basically the story goes right. Xenu doesn't want to play anymore like SA teams. He got bored of them, so he did ask Goobers if he wanted to join them, but Goobers said he don't have 2 slots, so they decided to join us instead. And now we
Ah,
have basically like the best, basically almost the best like BR players. So I'm pretty happy.
that's great to hear. Yeah, I was looking over according to the straw poll that I made about a week ago, as well as the public poll in
Oh yeah,
the RSL Pro League Discord, your team, Aki, is the #1 most favorite team to win the tournament.
yeah. It's basically my game plan. I'm playing chess right now. Basically my plan was to make a team Akitage, right? Then get all these hype players from CBRM, and then basically the poll is gonna be basically 100% ours, and that's just yeah. I also made like a fucking channel thing, so
Yeah, your team
so
certainly is a force to begin with. I mean, scary teams, very good players. I've played against, or I played with Whiffin Warren, in ranked.
oh no, that guy fucking sucks, bro. Not to mention that guy sucks. He's also British, and he also I mean, but the only good thing about him, he's the best behold, and like in the entire game, the best behold and catch. And he's also a desk enthusiast. So when he's gonna grow up, I believe he's gonna be testing desks for their durability.
That's very nice joke there. I mean, which what do you have? What members of your team are quite notable in their own right?
Yeah, some 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 played a few majors. Some haven't played. Somehow haven't won like anything in like 5 years.
Yeah,
So
we got seasoned players and players looking for their first win. That
yeah,
is,
basically.
you know, and when it comes to RSL Christmas, that is definitely a time to prove yourself. I mean, wait, how exactly did Xenu... Wait, so Xenu didn't want, like, to go into a top-tier team, so he started asking
He,
around?
he didn't he didn't want to join SA teams. He asked Goobers if they would let him in with backplays, which would be 2 slots. But Goobers didn't want to waste 2 slots for Xenu and backplays. But I did because I had basically I had like 1 open slot, and I had 1 player that I could easily like switch out for like someone else.
Hmm.
And and I mean, the only way to beat BRs is by having BRs. So that's basically my game plan against like NTN and Level Up.
Alright. Well, let's roll back the clock a bit before all the tournaments and such. When did you first start playing counterblocks yourself?
2019 is
Hmm,
when I originally found the game.
what got you into
Well,
it?
well, competitive side, 2019. But I used to play the game back in CBRO, but I played it like once or like twice, like in like a
Hmm.
whole year. Because I basically back then I was more into like simulator games. So I wasn't as interested in like FPS shooter competitive type games, which I kind of dislike. Um, in 20 before 2019, I think in 2018 was it like Christmas or summer? I actually participated in OS, which is basically Operation Scorpion. I found the game; it was fun. I joined the
Oh,
Discord, and lucky me, there was actually a minor tournament going on. And I played the game for maybe 3 days, 4 days, and then I got into a actual professional team.
oh
So
wow.
that was my first time a taste of competitive. So and we managed to get the second place. We lost to Penguin Team 6, which is basically the team that's been playing the game since the start. So obviously we're gonna lose. But yeah, I had fun. And after OS died, I decided, hey, is there like like any other alternatives for this? So I
Yeah.
decided to join CB, and I started making videos for it, which is something I love to do.
Yeah. I've tried Operation Scorpion. I think it was a lot of fun and a very neat game in its own right.
Yeah, I tried to revive the game by implementing a matchmaking, and I did revive it for like a few few weeks until I gave up on it, like myself, and then game died again. So,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Unfortunate. I think it had great potential, but for
Yeah,
Roblox
I did.
audience, it is probably not always good choice in terms of Roblox
Yeah.
audiences. Yeah. Well, let's roll the clock forward. What made you learn about Counterblock's tournaments?
What made me learn about Counterblocks tournaments?
Yeah, did like someone introduce you to them, or did you somehow find out on your own?
I just stumbled on them on my own. After as I said, after OS, I was looking primarily to play in competitive and make a name for myself, and maybe even make content on the way.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, I started just like scattering through Discords, and I found RSL, then I found CBRM, and I played a lot. I was an elo grinder back then. I met a lot of cool people.
Mm-hmm. I've seen your ELO stats back then. They were quite substantial.
I don't know. I think it was like 2K peak or something. That's it.
I mean, just getting there is already an achievement, right?
Well, yeah, but
I mean,
CBRM, I
being
guess.
on the grind is one thing, but yeah. Well, other than that, what guns did you grow to like over the years?
Uh, Personally, I just still like the AK-47. I always liked the AK-47. Even after the SG, no, before the SG was nerfed, I still like the AK. I
Mm-hmm.
like the spray. I liked, how it like handles. It's also cheaper, so it's easier
Yep.
to buy.
Nothing
And
wrong
everything
with what
else,
works, right?
yeah, and everything else is like, yeah, whatever. I guess I can use them.
Yeah. What did you think about when they temporarily changed the AK price to 2,900?
I thought it was like, yeah, I mean, to be honest, I kind of didn't like it. The AK price change. The op change was good. I don't
Oh,
I
yeah.
agree
Mm-hmm.
with that. But the AK change was like, yeah, it's a bit different. You have to adapt to the new economy, I guess, and the way what you buy on like different rounds.
Mm.
But other than that, I mean, they reverted the update, which is fine, and I think
Mm-hmm.
it's perfect now.
What do you think about jump scouting, actually?
Uh, I hate scouts in every single game. CS no, CB no. Every single game I hate
Mm.
scouts. Jump scouting is very overpowered. I don't know how they're gonna really fix that. I don't think it's really fixable. But rather than that, jump scouting is probably one of the most OP metas. There's actually a but basically, I don't know if I really discovered it, but basically, if you use a scout and if you have a scout on Behold Mirage, if you just jump at the right time and just aim at the head of the guys like pushing out apps, it's 100% accurate, and they can't base it. And if it's NA ping, they just can't see you. So you can just jump scout 100% accuracy and then just kill them all. I think another team used this strat against me, and it kind of worked. But I mean, I didn't really use that strat a lot because I mean, it's risky. I mean, if you're gonna die, I mean, you die. It's 1.7k like out.
I see. Yeah. I found it playing against scout players very annoying, especially on C. I just couldn't peek. I just couldn't react to them fast enough.
Yeah.
No, let's move on to probably something similar to guns. Skins. What do you think about? Do you have any favorite skins?
Uh, it probably would be the tournament skins, but if I'm talking about the knife skins in general, it would be like icicle knife, maybe the
Any skin really.
mummy. Yeah, I mean, I don't really care about skins. I like default a lot. I like my stuff on default.
Yeah.
I just like having gloves and like a knife. That's it.
I personally think I don't have it, but Kitty Cat SG looks really cool.
Oh yeah, the art is really cool. I think the current skins are really whack. I don't think there's like any like skin committee like or like people that like
Mhm.
actually are interested in making skins anymore for the game.
Yeah.
They look very pixelated, so
Yeah, I don't go for I don't trade often, and so I only go off box skins really. However, I think one funny story for myself is that I have three Crimson Tiger knives: bayonet, karambit, and gut.
oh.
This I just yeah, and I unboxed them all, so I was like, bro, why do I keep getting Crimson Tigers? It doesn't even look good except on the bayonet because it was my first bayonet.
I see. My first knife was a Huntsman Geoblade. I don't know if
Ooh,
that like still exists to this day.
I think it I think it might. All right, well, for your first quarterfinals match is up against Level Up. You're hoping for obviously a
A
very
dub.
one-sided match.
I wouldn't say it's a one-sided match, but I hope it would be one-sided match. I mean, Level Up is still a really good team. Don't get me wrong. But I think my team, the current roster, and the people that will be able to play for tomorrow at 2 p.m. EST, I think we have a great chance of winning against them. The only downside about like this whole tournament is that the NTN and Level Up basically play this game like 24/7, and that's like that's gonna be very hard
Oh
for us to
yeah,
beat.
the region I've noticed they have a lot of tournaments in South America.
Yeah, yeah, they have a really good roster, so
Yeah, I don't know many of them because well, generally um I think they played mostly overseas tournaments, but
yeah.
you know, they could be. That's why I'm listening to you guys. You guys seem to know them quite well, and they appear to be quite strong.
I guess.
Of course, another interesting favorite coming up is Goobers, as we've talked about before. What do you think
Yeah,
about that team?
it's. I mean, NA. There's not a lot to say.
Oh,
I mean, I really hope that I would go against Goobers, not because like they're like a bad team or anything. Uh, Gixmer was like shit talking me, and I was like, oh man, I can't wait to like
oh, did you
rate your
just?
team. And he's like, and I was like, and he was like, yeah, bet, dude. And I'm like, yeah, dude, bet. And unfortunately, we're at the other side of the fucking bracket, so unfortunately I
Yeah.
cannot, play against
Unless you
them.
meet
But
them in the finals, which means they have to be either NTN or
yeah,
Scamacha and Rabbitcha.
but let's be honest, it's not really gonna happen. I mean, maybe, but I mean, if NA does win against NTN, it's better for me and better for us.
Mm,
Also, it's gonna be more of an interesting match. So
yeah. I think a lot of people are predicting a Goobers or NTN versus Dropping Point or Akki ending.
I don't know what's the hype over dropping point. I mean, they have some good players because I mean, let me look just like the roster real quick and
Oh yeah, no
just say.
problem.
So like Ghost Off recording, I played him a tournament again like with him like not a long time ago. He went like 0-7. He's not too good. He can't even record. He can only record on the phone, which I'm guessing he's not gonna play. Superman is probably the best player in the roster. I think he's gonna be the sole carry, and probably one of the sole reasons why dropping point is like so overhyped. Zero Souls, I have no fucking clue who that guy is.
He also has
Ajay,
no
oh,
tournament experience, I believe.
Asian Mo, well, Ajay Mo, or whatever, Asian Mo. He's a pretty decent player. I mean, he's really inconsistent though, but he's a pretty decent player. Cream, one of probably the best dealers out there. Also, probably one of the sole reasons why this game is like, I mean, this team is overhyped. Autolock, a new RPLQ, a new addition to the RPL hub scene, but I don't think he's that good.
Unproven, you would say?
Yeah, I mean, it's probably his first tournament too, so I can't really say
I
much.
believe it is.
Yeah, it
Although,
is.
I didn't look too closely at his history.
Fabby 38. I mean, I played like him again a few times in like CBRM or Blocksters Club, whatever.
Mm.
I mean, he's been doing good, but I mean, it's Bloxer's club.
Do you
So we'll see
think
how. Yeah.
do you think there's like a secret dark horse team in this tournament that might trip up people or do a surprise upset?
I do have one team in mind, which would be Proxy, but
You're
if you've played this game for a bit, you might recognize some people in the roster.
I have recognized some of them.
Yes.
It
Yeah.
is very formidable
Yeah.
team in
That
their
that
own right.
yeah.
But that means they would have to be your team, huh?
Yeah. No, well, they have to beat Skrimaya, which is also like a pretty good Polish team, I must say.
Well,
They don't
no, well,
have all the
you
best
guys are
players, but
you guys are meeting the quarterfinals.
uh
Um, you and Proxy.
oh, no, that's not I think that's semis. In quarters, we meet NTN. I
Oh,
mean, not NTN,
oh,
sorry,
level up, level
level
up.
up. Yeah, that would be
Proxy has
semis.
to beat Dropping Point.
Yes,
Sorry, I mixed you up with Dropping Point.
yeah.
Even I was just working on the video of their scrim.
Alright,
Um, that's why mine's a little messed up there.
all good.
Yeah. Do you have favorite maps in Counterblocks?
Favorite map?
Yeah.
Probably Mirage, Overpass, Cache.
Hmm.
Uh, and I think that would be like it. I don't really like the other maps that much.
I've played some great games on Cache.
Yeah, that
It's a
map is
fairly
very fun.
interesting map, I would say. With not only is there the boost, there's also just I think there's a lot of room for utility and nice peaks. A lot of angles to check too.
Yeah.
I find it much more interesting than a map like Dust 4.
That's four. That's also a really good map. I
Oh
like it.
yeah. I can't wait to see if teams will pick the new Dust 4 with the also the change of blocking mid, same as Valve.
Well, if they won't, I will.
Have you played with the Dust 4 yet?
Yeah. It's really good.
You like the changes? Even if
Yes, I
slight?
do.
That's great to hear. Oh,
I think Level Up has never played Overpass or like Dust 4, so it's gonna be pretty easy.
oh, speaking of recent changes, what do you think about the sounds update?
It was ass. Well, the gun sounds, that is. The gun sounds were absolutely fucked. I think the walking sound should be a bit higher. The nade utility is still as fucking loud as ever. It was terrible. And everything else, I guess. I mean, there wasn't that much, rather than like those. But I mean, I guess it's a 50-50.
What teams have you been in? Because
I've been in.
yeah, for Counterblocks.
Well, I've been in a lot of teams. Some longer, some less. But I guess I can start maybe from like an order from the newest to the oldest, maybe. So I'll try to like remember.
Oh yeah,
So I mean,
yeah.
the
If you
current
miss a
team,
couple, no one's gonna
yeah,
fault you for it.
witch hunt me. So it would be the first team right now, which would be Akki. Second team would be Asgard, which I won RSL EU.
Oh yeah,
Season
that
2.
was a very notable achievement.
What else? What else did I play with? I'll just like not do it in order. I played for 7D, which was my first ever team. Huge shout out to the 7D boys. They basically trusted me, and I got on their roster, and this is where my love for joining bigger teams and grinding more really got into me. So I think 7D played a huge part in my CB career, you can say. I played for ELA back then. I used to play for Doom as well. I played for a few more teams. I just need to check one thing because I think I even have some of them marked here. Let me see. Never mind, I don't think I do. But BreehzeeCanT Academy. I was a finalist there. RSL Drafts, I played for Season 2. I was a finalist for Nighthawk. RSL Draft Season 3, I was a finalist for Caliber. CBRM Draft, I was semi-finalist for Everstone. And then the other teams, they're, you know, yeah, I don't think I even played for any of those. Those would be basically all.
Wow. You certainly have been around the community and jump teams a lot, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think a lot of players here would want to get in a team, but of course, those would be proven.
They
Need to be
suck.
proven first. You mentioned something earlier about making a content channel for your team.
Oh, I already have. That's one of the reasons why our team is overhyped.
I see.
It was basically a strategy from the fucking beginning. Just getting my team overhyped. And then, you know, making the other teams a bit more scared. Well, or this plan could backtrack and make them more angry and have more ego after winning. But that's still gonna favor me.
Yeah, I can see that. Are there... Alright, let's propose a scenario for you here. Someone suggested one method of balancing weapons in a competitive, only for RSL really, or maybe ranked as well, but definitely not casual mode, is to limit the number of a single weapon at one time for a single team in a single round, like an op limit. What do you think?
There is oh sorry, but there is currently a op limit if it's a BPO hub. They have a one op rule, but rather than that, I think the one op rule should be a thing in like RSL major events or you know, ranked in general. I think because I mean op is basically a very OP gun still, even though it's been nerfed a lot. You still can basically buy it almost every round if they win, like if you round.
That was great to hear your insight on that. What positions do you enjoy playing often? Oh yeah, which side do you like to play? Terrace or CT on what map?
I like both sides. I don't really care about any of the sides. Maybe a bit more, maybe slightly bit more on CT, but because I mean on T side you have to be in at least tournaments. You have to be in constant stress because you know you want to like have a plan. You wanna you wanna make sure everyone is like doing their fucking rolls out, like rolls right, and you wanna enter a site and then like and play like post plan and everything like that. For CTs, you just hold an angle and just call out. That's basically it. You die, you die.
What's your opinion on using any grenade in counter blocks?
The grenades aren't that bad to throw, but they're a bit bad. That is, I mean,
Smoke grenades being a main culprit, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, due to the current like physics and physics thing they use, I mean, it has like a limit on where you can throw your smokes and how crazy you can make your nades.
You have to usually use an incendiary.
Yeah, but I mean, I think it's still very playable after like 2 years now, so I think that's fine.
Personally, I think the smokes should be a little more reliable. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
I just feel like their tendency to roll makes them very unreliable in certain cases, unless you have a fire.
Yeah, the mollies are very overpowered.
Yeah. Do you think
it lasts so long? Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, I agree on that. Molotovs last an incredibly long time, I feel.
Yeah, they do a shit ton of damage.
I think that's mainly because the player moves quite slow. But yeah, how does it even apply the damage? Because it seems very inconsistent, you know?
For the mollies?
Yeah. I never
Uh,
looked too close at them, but their damage is...
I mean, let's say you as a CT throw a molly to me at ramp, like you ramp on Mirage. If I want to walk over, like, through that entire molly, I will be at 10 HP, basically.
Yeah. That's why I kind of dislike it. It's a little too strong in my opinion.
Yeah, it is.
Um, are there any weapons you would like to see balanced in the future?
Mm, probably the scout and off, and maybe
Yeah.
a bit of the deagle.
How do you feel about the SG and AUG before and after the nerf?
Um, I didn't really. I think the AUG is still very viable. It's very overpowered. Uh, and for the SG, I think it's the same. I think the SG is still a very viable weapon.
Mm-hmm.
I think it shoots. You know, of course it doesn't shoot as fast, but I mean it's still really good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's not as
But more
drastic
people,
as like in
yeah,
CS:GO.
yeah. But I mean, people are like still use the gun. I can see like in Mirage. I mean, not Mirage, sorry. Vertigo specifically.
Mm.
People use the SGs quite often there.
Vertigo, huh? I never thought about that.
Yeah, I mean, people still like the SG, I guess, because they got used to it.
Yeah, you have a fair point there. All right. Well, your match is gonna be pretty soon on um
Yeah, it's on Saturday.
yeah, Saturday. Are you ready for your upcoming match?
Well, to be completely fair, I don't think I'm in my prime anymore for counterblock specifically. I think I've been doing really bad in scrim specifically. I mean, I was, it's basically kind of a curse for me. I do very bad like before any tournament, and then I do like somewhat decent in the tournament itself. Um, I've been talking through with some of the council at Akki, just like saying, hey, I don't really feel like playing and everything like that, and they're like, oh, it's okay, like just like play a bit more CB, which
Mm,
I've been playing more CB a bit recently because I wanted to get some of that game sense back that I used to have, that ego.
yeah.
I mean, I'm better than I used to be, but I feel like I'm not gonna be like enough. But you never know. I might do good in the tournament itself. So I'm really
Yeah.
excited.
All right. Well, I would like to say thank you for giving me the time to do this interview. And do you have any closing notes you want to mention?
Oh yeah, my boys. If you're still made it to this part, my boys, you gotta subscribe to my boy Andy here. Guy stayed up to fucking 4 a.m. to fucking interview me for his counter blocks,
Yeah,
bro.
it's 4:44 a.m. But man,
Yeah,
thank you so much
no
and
problem.
for this interview and for answering my questions. Yeah.
Yep.
This is Breezy of
Counter
Akki,
blocks.
ready to participate in our RSL Christmas.
Yep.
See y'all folks later.